When I was young, my grandpa owned a junkyard. Me and my dad would go over there on the weekends. We would help him pull parts and build mechanical projects and mini bikes, go-karts, things like that. In the 60s, there had been some paranormal activity. My dad went down to the barn one morning and he saw a pile of baby pigs. They looked like they were sleeping, but they weren't. He rolled one over, and its belly was slit open, and all its organs were missing. But the strange part was there wasn't a single drop of blood. Nothing. And they were all the same. Slit open, from neck to belly. All their organs gone, and no blood. My grandpa said an eagle must have done this, but my dad knew better. He knew eagles don't work so clean, and they don't pile their kills up like they're sleeping. I had not heard this story yet, as I was born in the 70s, but in the late 80s, me and my dad had went over there, like we usually do on the weekends, and we're driving down the long gravel driveway in our old 69 Chevy pickup. It had dual exhaust, so it was kind of loud, so there's no way that we could have snuck up on somebody. And as we got to the bottom near the roundabout where we would turn around, I saw a figure standing between two cars. He was dressed all in black, and when his eyes met mine, he pulled a cloak or a cape or something like that over his head, and he disappeared straight into the ground. I looked over at my dad and I said, "Dad, did you see that?" My dad paused for a minute. And he said, "What did you see?" And I said, "Dad, I saw a figure pull a cloak over his head and disappear straight into the ground." And he said, "Me too." Now my dad was a veteran of the Navy in the Vietnam War. He's not easily scared. He's seen a lot of crazy and wild things all over this world. But this bothered him, and it bothered me too that it bothered him. I don't know which one of us had the idea, but we decided to go over and take a look and see if we could find any proof that this was an actual person standing there. There was deep gravel, so we knew that there would be footprints if it was really a person. When we got over there, there was nothing. There was no footprints. Not a single trace of a person standing there. Now my grandpa's junkyard had a cyclone fence all around it. If someone had tried to go over it or under it, we would have seen or heard something. But we didn't. Nothing. No trace whatsoever. We intensified our search. We had to know what this was. And yet we found nothing. The really strange part about this, the part that scares me to this day, is my grandpa's best friend down the street, Andy. He died that day. I think me and my dad saw the Grim Reaper.